ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। We'll chant the verses from 9 onwards. संबंधिनो सतोर्नास्ति निवृत्तिः सहजस्य तु कर्मक्षयात् प्रबोधाच्च निवर्तेते क्रमादुभे। अहंकारलये सुप्तौ भवेद्देहोऽप्यचेतनः। अहंकारविकासार्धः स्वप्नः सर्वस्तु जागरः। अंतःकरणवृत्तिश्च चितिच्छायैक्यमागताः। वासनाः कल्पयेत् स्वप्ने बोधेक्षैर्विषयान् बहिः। मनोहंकृत्युपादानम् लिंगम एकम जडात्मकम अवस्थात्रयमन्वेति जायते म्रियते तथा. As we saw in the previous class, this sabhas buddhi means antak sabhas buddhehe sthula sharirena saha sanyogah janmah. Sabhas buddhehe means buddhi means antakaranam, sukshma shariram, sthula sharira viyogah maranam. The sentient subtle body, when it unites with the gross body, there is a janma. When it disassociates with the gross body, there is a maranam. How the sukshma sharira became sentient? Because of antakaranam. Sukshma sharira consists of pancha gnanendriya, pancha karmendriya, etc. But they are inert. But or whatever sentiency the sense organs, gnanendriya, karmendriya have, they have borrowed sentiency from the antakaranam. So when antakaranam goes to sleep, as though it is resolved, sense organs don't function. Because their sentiency is borrowed from buddhi or antakaranam. And therefore when the mind is not behind, as though behind the sense organ, they seem to be not functioning. Seeing, not seeing in spite of seeing. Mind is somewhere else. Listening, hearing but not listening. A typical case in the Indian family, The girl is lost in a mobile. And mom calls, Munni. The Munni doesn't reply. Little louder, Munni, Munni. And the fourth one will be, Are Berry? Huh? Oh, the deaf one. She says, me. The mind is not there. Their sentiency is borrowed. But the antakaranam becomes sentient because of buddhi. It has a capacity to, as though, reflect the consciousness. That chit chaya veshato buddho bhanam, as though consciousness, like sun entering the mirror, consciousness reflects over there. That becomes antakaranam, becomes sentient, and that sentiency is passed on to the entire sukshma sharira. Sukshma sharira connects to the gross body. The sentiency pervades till the limits of the gross body. And one more thing here, when the buddhi or antakarana becomes sentient, there are suddenly two vrittis, aham and idam. Consciousness as though manifest as conscious being. And that aham somehow takes itself to be limited. That is maya. That is ahankar. Like iron ball. The ballness belongs to it. Limitations of upadhi, sentiency of chidabhasa. There is aham vritti, practically ahankaraha. And that ahankara finds itself to be limited. Karta bhokta, new karma phalas, and out of that karma phala, some karmas manifest, that is prarabdha, and as per the prarabdha, taking the sukshma body, ahankara goes from one body to another. True, he goes from one body to another, ahankara, but that actually connection is of sukshma sharira from one here to another. As I said in the end, like the pool of water being transformed from one vessel to another vessel, looks like that that vessel became reflector of the sun. Sun manifests over there because of that water. But there is ahankara there who says, I was this, now I am that. But actually it is what? Jayate mriyate. Who is born? Linga sharira. But ahankara being there which keeps the linga sharira together. Just as long as there is ahankara in this body, panchabhutas are held together. Once ahankara goes, they all disseminate, they dissolve in samashti. So also in sukshma sharira, panchabhutas are held together. What? By that ahankara. And that goes. So, sabhasa buddhehe, sabhasa antakaranasya, or sabhasa sukshma sharirasya, sharirena sharirantarena sanyogaha jnanaha, sabhasa antakaranasya, sharirasya viyogaha maranam. There is birth and death for the body caused by sabhasa antakaranam, means buddhi or ahankara or pramata. So this pramata or this ego uses gross body primarily for the waking experiences, uses only the subtle body, and subtle body primarily the mind, sardha vikasa, partial manifestation of the mind, to go through the dream experiences, and it uses ignorance, blanket of ignorance, to have no vyavara, called as sushupti avastha. Now, later on, Acharya takes us to Mahavakya, Akhanda Artha. Who is this Ahankara? Who is this Sakshi? What is the creation? Etc. etc. Before we get into the shloka, you have studied this in Mundaka and other Upanishad, just to bring back to your mind. One thing is very clear, that this creation is an intelligent and purposeful creation. There is nothing which is purposeless. And there are so many things which are put together to fulfill a given purpose, and therefore it is a purposeful. There is an order, some niyama, some niyati in the creation. Like even our wristwatches. I am not talking of digital Apple watches, wristwatches, Switzerland watches. There are so many chakras, so many screws. They are all put together so intelligently because it fulfills a purpose. It shows the time for 24 hours. Some of the wristwatches show time only twice a day. That is a separate time. That is a different wristwatches. But this shows so many things put together to gain a purpose. It is an intelligent. Look at Vyasti. This body is an intelligent creation. Whole Srishti is also intelligent creation. Galaxies and suns and the stars and the black holes and so many things onwards. And this gravitational force between the sun and earth keeps at the same distance. No engineering error, so precision. That force is so well maintained. Not even an inch of going closer or far. And in spite of rotation on its own axis, no error of 1/1,000,000 of a second in a year, etc. Intelligent. Since this is purposeful creation, an intelligent creation, there must be a creator. You cannot have anything intelligent and purposeful without a creator. Suppose you have this GM Motors car, and it's a beautiful car. Hey, how is it? No. In America, in Detroit, it comes out of the valley. It can't be. Car is so many things put together. There is someone who has put together. Even if you say it's nature, it is like saying this assembly line does it by itself. But somebody has set the assembly line. And the one who has put together should be a sentient, conscious, intelligent being. Knowledgeable. It is all knowledge. In other words, if you look at the creation, it is nothing but manifestation of knowledge. All research is nothing but unfolding the knowledge. And all technology is nothing but manipulating the knowledge. Knowledge is. Very creation presupposes knowledge, if it is an intelligence. Any intelligent, purposeful creation is nothing but grossification of knowledge which is subtle. This table, this mic, this watch, this hall, this whole building is a knowledge in the mind of architect, structural engineer. It is manifestation. And analyzing this building, we come to the knowledge that is called discovery. Rightly used word, discovery. Covered, discovered. Covered by ignorance. Now ignorance is gone, knowledge is there, it is revealed. That creator should be intelligent, sentient being. Knowledge cannot abide in an insentient jada vastu. Otherwise, you don't need to call Swamis, table can enlighten you. No, it doesn't have. It has to be intelligent. Now that intelligent being, sentient being, we will call him momentarily. Him can be her also, can be it also. We call it as Ishvara, or every tradition calls him as God. Now there is a discussion here, who is God? Swamiji, you have been talking about the consciousness, you have been talking about the Brahman, and we see these vakyas in Upanishad, Ekameva dvitiyam Brahma nehananasti kinchana mrityasya mrityam apnoti ihananeva pashyati. So are there two things? One Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, another one God. Are there many? There are so many questions. And to answer that, in other words, to show us identity between Brahman and Ishvara and Jiva, oneness of the creator, creation, and the individual, this section has begun. Okay? How did the creation came about? If it is only one vastu, how there are many? If it is chid vastu, how there are some conscious and inert vastus? All that is explained here now onwards. Just see the verse 13. Shaktidvayam hi mayayaha vikshepavritti rupakam vikshepa shaktir lingadi brahmandantam jagat srujet शक्तिद्वयं हि मायाया विक्षेपावृतिरूपकम् विक्षेपशक्तिर्लिङ्गादि ब्रह्माण्डान्तं जगत्सृजेत् This is where Shruti Pramanam comes into picture. You have to accept Shruti as a Pramana for creation, Prakriya. He says, Mayayaha, of the Maya, Shaktidvayam. Okay? The Maya has twofold power. What are they? Vikshepa, Avruti, Rupakam. Avruti, Avarana Rupakam, veiling, covering. And Vikshepa means Kshipati, Vikshipati, projecting. So Maya has twofold power. One is veiling power, another one is projecting power. Vikshepa Shakti Lingadi. Brahmandantam Jagat Srujet. The Anvaya is Vikshepa Shakti Jagat Srujet. This projecting power creates the world. Okay? Vikshepa Shakti creates the Jagat. Which Jagat? Lingadi Brahmandantam. Linga Sharira onwards means up to what? Brahmanda, the whole up to Brahmaji and Brahmaloka. In other words, Linga Shariradi, beginning from Linga Sharira means it creates sentient, and Brahmanda means Jagat means Jada, sentient and insentient vastu. What is created by Maya? Which power? Vikshepa. Now, here we have to intervene and add something about Maya. Acharya doesn't talk about Maya. He straight away talks about the Shaktidvayam of the Maya. So he is talking about the creation. How did the creation came about? Please remember, to explain, we are explaining something which is not there ultimately. That there is a creation is a temporary acceptance, and then they are telling a cause of a creation to prove that there is no creation. Okay? Let me start with my own life, my own experience, example, childhood. I was maybe in the first grade in Ahmedabad, and we had to go to school. Those days you walked up. So one day I was coming back from the school. This marketing MBAs were there also. They used to make some magic and show and sell. In those days there used to be one tooth powder, very famous in Ahmedabad, Monkey brand tooth powder. I don't know why they had given the name. Vandra Chap Kalo powder. It was black, charcoal. And I have those advertisements, Colgate, when it was introduced in India, why charcoal? Why salt? Not good for health. Use Colgate. Thanks to Ramdev, charcoal Colgate. Colgate with salt. Those days there were advertisements when you used to clean vessel with lemon and etc. There were advertisements, why use lemon? Oh, imli laga then terminal. Yeah. No, use powder, washing powder. And now, lemon washing powder. This is irony. And there's a real lemon. In washing powder there is real lemon. In bathing soap there is real lemon. But in eating there is no real lemon. Chemical powder. Anyway, so there used to be a magician. That's how they do the marketing. Fellow will gather people, some show they make. Some drama or some acrobatic. And then I was passing by, there were people standing, I also got sneaked in. There was a magician showing all magic. And being the youngest, idhar aao bachcha, idhar aao. I got frightened. Bole, give me a piece of paper. So I had some paper here, one piece of paper. And then he said, something, and poof, it got turned into 5 rupee notes. He did it. First he showed that paper to everybody. So there is nothing in my hand, watch out, and thing, all gimmick he did, and then suddenly made it. And then gave that note to everybody. Look at this. Is it real or not? Real or not? And after a few magics like that, he came out with monkey brand black tooth powder. Le lo, 2 rupiya, 2 rupiya, 2 rupiya. Having returned home, I said, my dad, come on, you stop the business. You don't go to court. He was a lawyer. And I told my mom, how much I used to hear. She went to market and wanted to buy some sari and wanted to buy some ornament. Father said no. I said, tomorrow onwards I am not going to school, and after a month I will give you as many ornaments as you want. Take it from me. She didn't pay much attention to me. But when father came, I crossed my boundaries. Like, forget it. What office? You don't know. You are not practical person. You should know how to live. I'll give. Both were shocked. Then, kya hua beta? I'm not going to school from tomorrow. In those days, we were told, if you don't go to school, you will beg. He says, I'm not going. That's how they used to put a fear of not studying. Bhikhari banega, tu khayega nahi to. Or you will become a peon, like those aate the servants. So I said, I'm not going to study and I'm not going to be the peon also. Not a beggar. I will hire such fellows without going to school. Bola, kya hua, kya? Then I narrated. Tomorrow, I just came home today to seek your permission. Tomorrow, I am going to find that fellow and learn the magic and give you as much money as you want. That was my that was a plan. He was an intelligent person. He says, very good, that's the best plan. Validation, he treated me psychologically. That's the right plan, not to do. I said, yes. Then he asked me, did you check the note? I said, yes. I gave him just a plain paper and made 5 rupee note. Oh, good. All others checked, yes. Then he asked, what did he do then? I said, then he came out with monkey brand tooth powder and sold the powder. He said, you should consider one thing. It's good you learn, but don't do like him. I said, what? See, having made 5 rupee note, don't sell monkey powder. I said, that's a good idea. Why should I sell? Then he said, if note were real, why did he sell? Just as you can think, if I can convert a plain paper into 5 rupee note, there is no need of earning commission of 20 paisa on selling that monkey tooth powder. Why didn't he think that way? That made me thinking. He said, that's a valid point. You should make 5 rupee note and forget about monkey brand tooth powder. I said, that's a point. Then I said, I think he's a fool, but I am not. Then he said, that was not there. the 5 rupee currency note was not there. But I saw it. You felt it to be real, but if it were real, he would not do this. That was right. Then how come I felt it? It was real. That means I am asked, listen this sentence carefully. I am asking for a cause, accepting the effect. The question of cause comes when you accept the effect. Something you say it is, and they say what caused it? But that actually is not there. So he has to give some explanation because intellect is cause hunting. So he said it was magician's Maya. What is Maya now? It is not a real cause. The cause can be real if there is a real creation. There is no creation. There was no 5 rupee note. He accepted that 5 rupee note to explain me that it was not there. And therefore gave me the cause, that which was because of Maya. Therefore one of the definition of Maya is Ya Ma Sa Maya. Ma means not. That which is not is Maya. Understand? So we are looking at the duality. We are seeing the Bhedas. Duality means Bheda. Jeev Jeev Bheda, Jeev Ishwar Bheda, Jeev Jagat Bheda, Jad Chetan Bheda, Jagat Ishwar Bheda, Panch Bhedas they say. We see that, which are actually not there. Like that 5 rupee note. Then of course he took little detail, he showed, say that he brought out water and he made cup of tea, all this mentioned, they rotated a rose and said this is cup of tea. It was not there. So he made tea, that there was a tea and there was a rose and there was currency note, he said all these were there, which actually were not there. To explain me that they actually were not there, he gives a cause called Maya. When I see this duality, Shastra says Ekam Eva Dvitiyam Brahma. Not only Shastra, but the wise man says Isha Vasyam Idam Sarva. Our Tulsidasi said, Siya Ramamay Jagajani Karahu Pranam. I see only Siya Ramamay. Gujarati Tulsidas, every religion has a poem. Akhila Brahmandama Ekatu Shri Hari. Akhila Brahmand mein ek Shri Hari hai. But I don't see Shri Hari. Tulsidas said, Siya Rammay. I see Ravan Mandodari May. I don't see Ram Siya. I see just the opposite. Since I don't see that, I see the opposite and take it to be real, to show me that it is really not there, temporarily the cause of this duality is given Maya. Okay? The question of cause comes when there is effect. But when there is no effect, where is cause? Ultimately. So from Paramarthik Drashti, from the Shastra Drashti, from the perception of a wise man, there is no creation. For ignorant, when he or she sees the creation and takes it to be real, to remove the reality of the creation, and teach that it is mithya, some cause is mentioned that is called Maya. Now, you say there was only Brahman. Where did Maya come? Whose Maya? That is Brahma's Maya. Because nobody else is there. Now if it is, what is the nature of Maya? If it is Brahma's Maya, that means there are two things. Okay, no, it is not two also. Sannapya sannapya ubhayatmikano भिन्नाप्य भिन्नाप्य ubhayat. Anirvachaniya. This is anirvachaniya. Like a magician. Maximum you can say power to create Shakti. It is a Shakti. That Shakti is always with Shaktiman. It doesn't have independent existence. Like we had one famous magician, K. Lal, bring out water of India all the time. All the show he will do. He will cut the woman in two pieces, etc. That power to create illusion, let me use this word, resides in that person. Person is independent of power. Whenever he invokes, he can do. When he doesn't invoke, he is alone. He is by himself. And that power is not as real as he is. So we say, Brahmashraya Maya Asti. Brahma has creative power. Something, because we accept the creation. And looking at the nature of the creation, we can say, this is the nature of creative power. Like that magician had a magic capacity to convert currency or a plain piece of paper into currency note. That Kilal had a Shakti, which was what Jala Shakti, kept on pouring water, water of India, water of India. Some other magic I have seen, he will take a rose and then shake it in a glass and it becomes tea. He calls the people and they drink tea and then suddenly throws on you and petals come out. So he has a Shakti to create rose out of, or to create tea out of rose. Understand, it is not there. But look, accepting the creation, we talk about the nature of the power to create. Which creation? Not there. Or our own case, when we create the dream, it is my Shakti. I have a power to project, to create the whole world. It is like Ishvara only. I create the space. There is a dream space. There is a dream time. There is a dream light. There is dream road, dream car, everything. I have that, my creative power. But where is it? That is Achintya. It is not stuck to me all the time. When I invoke, it works. Otherwise, not. So, that creative power of Brahman, you have to say of Brahman as though, is called Maya. It is called Prakriti also. Kritihi, Prakriti. Kritihi means creation. Prakritihi, very well creation. Prakarshena kriti yogyatvat samarthyavanatvat prakriti. It has the power to create beautiful creation. Therefore it is called Prakriti as well. The same Maya is called Prakriti. And that is represented, just by the way, in the wives of Bhagavan. Understand? The wives of Bhagavan, Narayana having Lakshmi ji, Brahma ji having Saraswati ji, Shiva having Durga. The Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati symbolizes Maya Shakti, power to create. And therefore we find those Shakti, that Devis, are always with the Devata. And they say, I cannot remain without him, Vardau Sambhu, Natarahu Kumari, etc., all the slokas, that she is empowered only when she comes in. Lakshmi ji in Bhagavatam does Varamala to Vishnu only, no one else, no Devata. Then she says, I am always with him. And sometimes Lakshmi is there with Vishnu, sometimes Vishnu is alone. Sometimes Durga is there with Shiva. She got burned, she fired, in the Daksha Prajapati Yajna, and then she is born as a daughter of Himalaya, and then gets married, and then be one with him. But Shiva was by himself all the time. Shaktiman can be without Shakti, but Shakti cannot be without Shaktiman. Therefore they say Parvati or Lakshmi Saraswati saying, I cannot survive without you. But that Narayana never says so. It is symbolic. He never says, Shiva never said, I cannot live without you. That doesn't mean man has a freedom. Okay? It is, since Shakti happens to be Strilinga, that is in a feminine form. And then she is always serving the Narayana, doing massage all the time, which is not really, okay? Don't take it real. Otherwise, if she is doing massage all the time, Narayana must be taking Brufen every day, twice a day, because you get pain by massaging. And if you don't understand this, come to me. Come to Saurashtra. I'll take you to some function. You know that our farmers are called Patels. And they have generally those village functions are held in the late evening because they come from the farm and you are seated on the stage. And when the function gets over, I still remember that day. I went there about 26, 7 years ago. So one day I was invited and Daira Baira, some katha. So I went there in the evening and function got over. They said, Bapu they call, pranam karna hai. I said, come. One by one they came. And there is a style of doing pranam. If a South Indian person does pranama, sashtanga. If North Indian, namaskar. If youth, film, half pranam. This is knee pranam, not charan sparsh. And that too, if a child, teenage child of a devotee, when you force him, Swamiji ko pranam karo. Holding a cricket catch. These are different types of pranams. So these Patels, 30, 40 of them came. I was sitting in a squatted leg. I said, Bapu, give me the food. So I put the food down. They all did massage like this, 3-4 times. And a Patel no haath. Farmer's hand. I honestly, when I went back, I had to take painkiller. So if Lakshmi is doing that, think of Vishnu's plight. Never aspire to be Vishnu, okay? If Saraswati is playing Veena all the time, Brahmaji must be taking some medicine for headache. How long can you tolerate the music? And that too modern days, because she knows only Indian music. Karnataka. By the time she completes one full sentence, it is 10 minutes. The modern music is dinch, dinch, dinch. So Brahmaji also might be wanting some change. Symbolic. Understand? It is symbolic that like a magician's Shakti is to serve the magician. He is a master. He never comes under the spell of the Shakti. Therefore, that magician who converted plain paper into note never said, I am not going to sell dant powder. He knew there is nothing. But I said, because I was under the spell of magic, Maya. He is never. Therefore, Bhagavan says this Gita Vakya, Maya Dakshena Prakrutihi Suyate Characharam Hetunaneva Kaunteya Jagadvi Parivartate. Maya Adyaksha. Adhyakshata means Satta Spurti Pradhanena. I can live in the Shakti. like magician saying, I have this power to do something, create, I enliven, I bring it into being and make it Chetana, and you see the magic. That Shakti is with Shaktiman, and that, again I have to use this word, this is a limitation of language. Before the creative creation began, Sadeva Saumya Idam Agras, beginning. There is no beginning. Please understand. It is just for explanation. When you say before the creation began, so before and after is with reference to time. Nothing is created. Where is time? Time is also creation. Desha Kala is Sarjan. It is just to explain us. Therefore we say Achintya Shakti. Before the creation started, there was in the beginning as though two things, Brahman and Maya. Before the magic show started, when the magician came on the stage, there were two things, Mr. Magician and his magic. Magician I see, where is his magic? I don't see that, it is not there. Effect of it you see. So that as though there were two, because Shakti cannot exist, cannot manifest, cannot do anything without the Shaktiman. And it is not always with him also, otherwise every time Maya will work. So it is as though two. Okay? And this Shakti is twofold. Looking at the creation, we infer the creative power is twofold. But technically, sometimes you use this word, Jada Shakti, Chetana Shakti. One model. You can say Shakti is fivefold because it created Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal and Prithvi and then the whole creation. You said twofold. What twofold? Because entire creation can be divided into two categories. Sentient being and inert being. So we call it Jada Shakti and Chetana Shakti. Same Jada Shakti and Chetana Shakti is also called as Avarana Shakti, Maya Shakti, or Vikshepa Shakti. So that's a Vakya. Shakti Dvayam hi Maya. So the creative power is twofold. So twofold creative power. Whose? Brahman. Of Brahman. Please understand, this is again limitation of the language. That Brahman doesn't have anything Advitiyam. But accepting the creation, which is not there, we say it has a power. Like accepting the 5 rupee note, I say, magician has power. Actually, wo hoti nahi. Though we saw 5 rupee note, it was really not there. Accepting the 5 rupee note, Father said, he had a magic power. There was no magic power. Aaj chalaki thi, swiftness of the hand, nothing else. There is nothing, some gimmick, which I couldn't find out. So creative power is twofold. What is that? Vikshepa Avruti Rupakam. Projection and veiling. You can say this projection as confusing. It confusing power and deluding power. Veiling means delusion and confusion. It is a twofold power. And what is a Vikshepa Shakti, which you can say Chetana Shakti and Jada Shakti. What is a Vikshepa Shakti? Vikshepa Shakti Lingadi Brahmandantargatam Jagat Srujet. That projecting power projects the entire creation, beginning from Linga Sharira to Brahmanda. implying that because of that linga sharira, there are chetanas. And because of that absence of linga sharira, there are jadas, as we saw in the earlier class. So that vikshepa shakti, projecting power, creates this sentient and inert world. Okay? Brahmandantam jagat srujet. It creates. We'll explain further tomorrow. Okay? Because I see Avarana Shakti coming. It is like that. This is something, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Anybody trying to return a question? Or you want to just...
I didn't write it.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you can write and give, I'd be happy. We already have two of them,
Okay.
so I can handle one by one. Or wait till I finish these two. Whatever. I understand my true nature is existence, consciousness, bliss. How do I realize this? That goes well. Bliss, this. Consciousness, bliss. How do you realize this? The answer is you have not understood. That's all. When you say, I understand my nature is this, then there is no question of realizing. It is you are, full stop. What happens here, technically they call it as Tvam pada shodhanam is necessary. Cleansing of you, I sense, who am I? There is no clarity that I am this. I take myself to be what? Physio-psycho complex. That is why there is a need to realize. If I see, like suppose, it is like saying this, I now understand that I am a human being, but how can I realize? That means what? There is a confusion within you. I have taken myself to be other than non-human, and that is so strong that in spite of listening, I am not able to keep up. Like this, Puja Swamiji used to tell this, positive thinking, some story. This fellow thought himself to be a cat and started behaving as a cat. That told him you are not cat, but didn't listen. So took him to a doctor, and then doctor told him you are not cat, and he did therapy for an hour. After 1 hour, finally, to nail the whole process, doctor got a huge mirror and said, who am I? Tell me. Am I a cat or a man? Say, you are certainly a human being, sir. You are a man. How do you know? You have head, you have 2 hands, legs, the body. Come here. He put him in the mirror and stood nearby. Look, I have a head over a shoulder. Yes. I have 2 hands. Yes. You have head. Yes. You have 2 hands. Yes. You have trunk. Yes. You have all that. Yes, yes, yes. Then who am I? I am man. You are man, sir. Then who can you be? I am also man. Okay? Now give the fees. Made sure to take the fee and took the fee and went away. This fellow goes to a doctor and said, I have Alzheimer problems. What is it? I keep forgetting so fast. Just now I talk and I don't remember. First give the fees. Then we will process you. So, otherwise, you will say you didn't talk to me. So he took the fee. This fellow went away. The doctor was doing some paperwork and wanting to come the next patient. Suddenly he rushes back. He gate crashes inside. What happened? I am really afraid. What happened? See, I went out and I saw street dogs. What does it mean to you? Street dogs? No, they attack cat. But you are not a cat. Just now I showed you and you said I am a man. But I agree, I said, that's a problem. I know I am a man. How does the dog know? Same question. How do I realize I am Satchidananda? That confusion of being cat is so confounded that there is a need to realize. Only thing is, we have to see what I am not first. Tvam pada shodhan. And there is a virodha in this equation, tattvamasi, or I am Atma Satchidananda. This equation, that when there is a virodha, only this is there only because one pada is not understood properly. Some understanding is there about Satchidananda, but I am not. So, the answer to this question is twofold. Primarily reply is, keep studying the Shastra. Go to class, and get clarity how I am Satchidananda. And in that process, you begin with the clarity how I am not Satchidananda, negating what I am not. That is why the teaching is Dragdrashya Viveka. I am not the body, Yadrashyam tad na, etc., etc. Then that witness is told to be Ishvara. Otherwise, when told straight away, how can I be Ishvara? I am this 5 feet 7 inches, etc. Virodha comes because self-identity is missing. Another problem here is also there. What is it? Cognitively, I may be able to appreciate this fact, but because of some doshas in the antakaranam, I may miss the fact. In the class I see it all right, but cannot hold on to the vision. That means preparedness of the mind is also necessary. Some yoga, karma yoga, not asana pranayam yoga, some karma yoga and some upasana is necessary to hold the vision. Okay, so do some upasanas. You have to do simultaneously. Because we are not the Uttamadhikaris. Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti karke pahunch gaye Vijay ji ke paas. You didn't go there. Tad vigna shrotriyam samit pani samit sannit pariksha lokan karma chitan. Aisa kuch hota nahi hai. So, some punya is there that you got this. But some readiness I have to work for also. How to remain alert, sakshi, to maintain samatvam during the waking state. For example, rising rajoguna can create more delusions. To remain sakshi is not becoming alert, is because of owning up the self. It is you. You have not to work to become sakshi. You are already sakshi. To the extent you enjoy the clarity, you are a sakshi. And without being sakshi, there can be samatvam. Please understand, Sakshitva means to know that I am the consciousness. I am Satchidananda. To see that itself is Sakshi. Other day I told, Sakshi is not the knowledge, I am witness. No. The witnessed, the Sakshyam and Sakshi both are one. They are not separate. To discover I am consciousness is status of being Sakshi. It is not even status, it's a fact. So, Sakshi means, you can say, transcending the identification with Upadhi or Nam Rupa. That's what I am there, pure consciousness. And to maintain Samatvam, as we saw, one of the value, Nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishto upapattishu. That Samatvam you can maintain without even being Sakshi when you live in the awareness of Ishvara. When you accept the situation, accept the people as prasada. See, in India we get varieties of prasada. Beginning from Tirupati, it is nothing but huge laddu. You can't hold it in one hand also. And it is two hand. And according to American medical journal standards, that one laddu is equal to 10 days of your calorie. Okay, it is not a laddu, it is a ball of calorie, condensified calorie. Beginning from there, you get tirtha jalam, just water. And sometimes you don't get even water. Some kumkumam is lying there outside. They just do tatatra surya bhat and give you kumkum. And you do vibhuti. Vibhuti is a prasadam. Laddu is a prasadam. In between so many things. You may get a bilva patra. Vaishnava temple, small laddu, northern side. You may get some coconut. You may get some dry fruit. There is a samatvam for all. What is a samatvam? There is a sense of being blessed. If you go to Badrinath, there is some mumra and dal. You get that, which is not even baked properly. You take it. Why? Ishvara prasada buddhi. So, in Vyavhara, you can maintain samatvam when you live in the awareness of Ishvara. You may not get anything to eat also. They may just give you flour, Bhagavad Prasad. Then also you are happy because it came from Bhagavan. So, Ishvara, awareness of Ishvara helps you to develop samatvam in the waking state. And ultimately, you have not to maintain samatvam. That samatvam means oneness, which is a fact. Shuni chaiva shvapakecha vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shuni chaiva shvapakecha panditaha samadarshina. They see the oneness. Samatvam is not sameness in terms of knowledge. Brahmagnanam samatvam is seeing oneness in all. What kind of oneness? In spite of differences. Exactly like I have samatvam in all the ornaments. I see the one vastu in spite of different shapes, different form, different cost. Samatvam. Okay? Rajoguna, rise of Rajoguna will certainly create more restlessness, more activity, etc. But after the activity, when the result comes, I see the Ishvara's prasada. Even when the Rajoguna is rising while performing the activity also, I can perform the karma as Ishvara Prityarthi. There is a twofold samatvam. Samatvam with reference to karma, samatvam with reference to phalam, result of an action. The result of an action, samatvam, I said, prasada buddhi. And samatvam with reference to karma is Ishvara arpana buddhi. Like that famous bhajan of Mirabai is there. Man chakar rakho ji, Girdhari Lala chakar rakho ji. Oh my Girdhari, means Lord Krishna, keep me as your servant. Give me an opportunity to serve you. Anyone who is given seva, as they call it in temple, that is a bhava I am doing for Ishvara. So when he or she is asked to make mala, that is one job. The other one is asked to make food, as a naivedya, is another job. Third one is asked to clean the room, another job. Fourth one is asked to stitch the clothes for Bhagavan, another job. But all of them have a same sense of satisfaction, contentment. I am doing for the Lord. Yes, karma vishayaka samatvam. Both samatvam, karma vishayaka samatvam, karma phala vishaya samatvam is possible when you live in the awareness of Ishvara. He sees the temple work as Bhagavad Seva. They don't even mind in brooming the floor, however rich they are. I have seen those days, the rich fellows. Those, in 65, 70, they had a cook and a cars and the drivers and gardeners. But when it came to puja, the lady of the home, Sethani, herself will pluck the flowers, herself will mop the puja room, clean the puja room, herself will cook. There may be 3 cooks to cook for a family of 5. But for Ishvara, I will do this. There is a samatvam. Because Ishvara prityarthe idam aham karomi. When Rajoguna arises, do, express it out. But remember, that is alertness. Ishvara prityarthe idam aham karomi. When result comes, again Rajoguna arises. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi. That Rajoguna arises as Trushna. Rajoguna arises ragadvesha, like, dislike, phalam, etc. There again you have samatvam as what? Prasad buddhya svikaromi. As I said yesterday, I don't see what is given. The giver is more important. Who has given to me? That I live, thereby I live in the awareness of Ishvara, that gives samatvam. Okay? Explanation for creation using Maya of the Creator requires belief in the Creator, like magician in example. What if I don't believe in the Creator as a magician is fake? That's what I am saying. Ishvara is also fake. Because ultimately, neha nanas ekam sad vipra. There is only one Brahman. Accepting the creation which is not there, the cause-hunting intellect wants a cause. We say there is a Maya, and where did the Maya come? We say Mayik. The status of being Ishvara to Brahman is also incidental. The status of being creator is also incidental. Which creation you are talking? Which is not there. So I told you in the beginning, to explain us that creation is not there, it is accepted. Accepting the creation, the cause is given, and that cause itself cannot create. There is a Mayapati, Ishvara is talked about. Okay? And we can infer, forget about Bhagavan or Ishvara. Forget about even Brahman, you keep aside for that matter. Anything which is purposeful and which is intelligently put together, any assembly cannot come on its own. It has to have somebody to assemble this to fulfill a given purpose. Like I said, the car. There are so many things. Tire, chassis, steering, seat, accelerator, gas tank, machine, engine, so many things. All of them don't make car. Otherwise, when they crash the car and the thing, what do they call it? Demo. That demo, there are so many cars. They are put together. Wristwatch, so many circles and things and screws and nuts are put together to fulfill a purpose. It has to have somebody intelligently putting together. It cannot come by its own. You cannot say from the valley of the Alps. You can say, this is the water from the valley of the Alps. But you cannot say, this is a wristwatch from the valley of the Alps. Any intelligent, even chair, can you accept one thing? Look at your chair you are sitting. It is just some steel. But given this shape, given this size, intelligent. Suppose it was a bit smaller, 1/3 smaller, you can't sit in the class. Suppose it is little more, then also discomfort, the height, the weight, everything. Hall, your car, your pen, your this tumbler also, it is intelligently done to hold the water. And the size is intelligently kept, this much so my nose goes in. Otherwise you can't drink the water. If it was too short, you need a straw. Like your bottle, Anything which is assembly put together to fulfill a purpose has to have a creator. Okay? So it is anumana gnanam, not a belief. Like Parvato Vanniman, there is a fire on the mountain. Why do you say so? Tumatvat, there is a smoke. When there is a smoke, there has to be fire. Why? There cannot be smoke without fire. There can be fire without smoke. Yatha kichane, you have kitchen gas. There is a fire without smoke. But there cannot be smoke without fire. Yatha gruhe, bedroom, there is a smoke coming out from the ears. There is some fire in between taking place. In the Gujarati market, कान में ये कान में से धुआं निकलता था. कान में से धुआं निकलता था. Anyway, coming back to this, that's a vyapti, invariable concomitance as they call it. Since you cannot have smoke without fire, there is fire, it is knowledge. Inferential knowledge, it is a pramana. So there cannot be anything, any assembly which is to fulfill a purpose put together intelligently without intelligent person. One who put it together. So also Sruštau is as the chair, as the table, as the mic, as the car, so also the whole creation. If the creation is intelligent and purposeful, why would it include so much of pain? Creation is intelligent. Creation is purposeful. Our way of thinking is not intelligent. It is in order. It is there. And because the very ego is out of ignorance, and that ego has pains. If you see it intelligently, there is no pain. It is factual. This is how it is. And if at all you say the pain, it is because of karma phala that you have to go through. This is some disease, is again karma phala. There you have to accept the Vyavaharik Satta, the Jiva continuing for so many years, and so many births, millennia. And that Jiva has its own karma phala, and therefore there is a pain. Wise men may have pain. Why? He sees my body has pain. The difference between wise and otherwise is ignorance says I have pain. Wise man says my body has pain. Like even the Ramana Maharshi, he had a cancer. And they said, oh, you have cancer and you cannot eat. He said, wait a minute. Body has a cancer, not me. I happen to will this body. That is a separate thing. I have no cancer. Yeah, I have pain. That's okay. As long as I will the body, I have a pain. But then, Atma, I am free from the pain. Like in English, you say, no, I made it 70 miles per hour. You made it means what? Car made it. You had a breakdown. You didn't have a breakdown. I had a breakdown with reference to car. No. So also, the pain is to upadhi or to ahankara, as long as there is ignorance. Okay. Tomorrow.